she can capitalise from. Hasegawa, and has created a...
Games, especially not you, but how have you found the time? How have you managed being away from the pitch?
Yeah, it's been really tough. There's been hard moments, but there's also been good moments where I've felt small successes in all the rehab that I've been doing. But yeah, it has been hard when all that you want to do is play football. And I mean, I felt like I started the season off well, and we did as a team. So yeah, it's been hard being away for so many games, but hopefully I'll be back soon.
A few Legos built, I'd say, yeah?
Yeah, definitely been trying to. The house is full, so yeah, I haven't got any more room to put any more.
But look, loads to play for your teammates, and the attacking line's been scoring loads of goals. You're in an FA Cup semi-final, a good win in the Champions League the other day, and still a chance to get into that top positions to qualify for next year's Champions League too.
Oh yeah, we're doing good.
Well, Rachel Brown-Finnis, there is a potentially pivotal battle of experience that you will be keeping your eye on.
Yes, Vivian Miedemar came up with those 2 goals in midweek and has been absolute key player, only second in goal scoring stats to Bunny Shaw for Manchester City this season, and playing in this number 9 role, as the girls have just discussed beforehand. Definitely her best position, but directly up against the steely stare of Millie Bright in that tunnel. I just saw, I'm sure eyes were down for Miedemar, didn't want to be seeing that, but that is a battle. It's happened many a time over the years in the Women's Super League. Preparing for that League Cup final, but it went the way of Chelsea.
Charles for Millie Bright, who yesterday celebrated the 10th anniversary of her Chelsea debut. Chandri away, ahead of Lawrence, but not yet away from a Chelsea point of view. Miedemar, Carolyn, just beyond the reach of Miedemar on the return.
Under the microscope today, Chiara Keating, she will feel a little like that. You want to make appearances count.
Jean-Francois has made excellent progress. City have retreated quickly and have managed to deal with that situation very effectively. In fact, defence turned into attack swiftly. Miedemar. Where it goes for Carolyn. Carolyn has found space for a cross, which is anticipated and dealt with by Bright.
That's brilliant.
Accolades when they lose, she takes the responsibility. That is the way. Sonia Bonpastor likes to deal with things internally. Carolyn. It's down. Beaver Jones. Years of age, but doing a phenomenal job at the heart of that City defence recently. Kasparai for Carolyn, who's gone in search of the return pass and is on the end of that pass. Carolyn is in for Manchester City, but cannot find a way past Hannah Hampton. First big chance of the game.
Great opening chance for Manchester City.
Might have been the game's first goal. Instead, we have the game's first corner kick. Hasegawa for Kasparai. Lawrence is in the way, and now Carolyn is using that impressive burst of speed to head backwards to do the defensive work. Alexandri, Coombs, Lazelle, drift past Lawrence, who has been drawn into the back foot here. Hasegawa with the free kick. It's just delivered a fraction too deep.
For Chelsea.
Alexandri, Miedemar. Here comes Bright. Carolyn in pursuit, Hasegawa in the way. Coombs with some space to exploit. And a belief that Naomi Lazel would be quite a lot. Lauren James. Chelsea just starting to dominate possession. What can they do with that possession? James didn't burst through. Chandri to adjust her feet quickly to clear, but only momentarily. Lawrence. Jean-Francois.
I heard Millie Bright and Lucy Bronsby interviewed post-match. They weren't happy with the intensity. And having those two at the heart of defence now can't be cut, but to get a result today, I think will be bigger if they'd won the League Cup.
Beaver Jones. Ritin Kanarid. Oh, that from Hasegawa. Tenacious. Winning the ball brilliantly, and now Caroline. And City can stretch Chelsea here. Caroline away from Charles. And then was caught perhaps in two minds. It deflects off Bronze and behind for a corner. Twice Caroline has been in. Hasegawa. Delivers a corner which Hampton grabs it. Captain Hamano. Vika Captain. It's an awkward one, just about dealt with by Lazel. Not comprehensively away, Hamano taking aim. Hasegawa eventually away, and here goes Caroline up against Millie Bright. Miedemar demanding a pass, but Caroline is going it alone for now. Caroline, is rewarded for her patience. A brilliant finish. A first goal in WSL for Caroline to put Manchester City in front against Chelsea.
Remains patient. She's been a brilliant out down this right-hand side. Every time there's a turnover of possession, they can put it down that right-hand side and she's after it. Backing off, doubling up, but not really getting tight. Not getting tight, and just here. The option's not on. She finds between Millie Bright's legs. Finds the gap. She goes from full tilt, full speed ahead. This isn't lucky, I don't believe. She looks at the position.
Bring to a halt the impressive 16-game unbeaten run since the start of the season in WSL. Chelsea have to come from behind to preserve their record. Ritin Kanaret. The shrug of Lazel has done well. So too, though, Alexandri. Pass from Hampton to keep the ball in play. This is a situation that Chelsea have not found themselves in too often, having to come from behind in a game. Ritin Kanarin. Burst of speed. Now it's about the decision-making. And Lazel,
who stopped Caroline getting away. All players fully buying into this game and what it's going to need to take to get over the line.
Just a sense that City feel Chelsea are there for the beating. Kasparai. Hasegawa delivers. Too close to Hampton. But looking all of a sudden very capable of closing the 4-point gap between themselves and the top three in Champions League football for next season. Ritin Kanarin. Just being chased down by Captain, but Kasparai has done as required and has set Caroline on her way once more. Bright anxious as she backpedals. Miedemar up in support. Caroline, who has scored once already running at the Chelsea defence and has created a chance that isn't going to count because the whistle blew. City feel they should have a second goal. Instead, they're going to have a free kick. Outstanding second City goal.
Again, Caroline bursting down this right-hand side, cutting. The whistle's gone after Jess.
Hope that doesn't prove to be a decisive moment in the game. Dearly hope she can capitalise from. Hasegawa. clips the top of the crossbar. Well, City will feel on the balance of play they deserve to be further ahead. Decisions have been made correctly, they would have been further ahead.
Really well rehearsed, really perfectly executed free kick from Hasegawa. She'll still be stinging from that deflected in off her leg in the League Cup final. Be interesting, and talk about referee trying to make things up. Is that a thing?
Caroline for Kasparai. Hasegawa. Oh, outstanding. Caroline in. Brilliant from City. Coombs couldn't convert. Are picking Chelsea apart at will at the moment.
It's wonderful forward play. Hasegawa has just been unplayable at times. The way she threaded that through to Caroline, who's been a key player in the Manchester City side this afternoon so far. They've made...
Hasegawa. Kasparai off James for the corner. Stealing over a late first half Manchester City corner. Kicked away. The conclusion of a first half that has, having ended Chelsea's unbeaten start in all competitions. Fowler amongst the substitutes, one of those rested by Manchester City. Goal-scoring opportunity. That is not something that you prepare yourselves for when you are watching the side that has dominated the women's game in England for as long as they have. It's Aggie Beever-Jones. It's in Kennerid. Oh, wonderful turn. Aggie Beever-Jones for 1-1. It hasn't taken Chelsea long after the restart. Wonderful build-up play and an emphatic finish from Aggie Beever-Jones at the end of it. 10th goal of the season.
Well, exactly how you were just describing, Stephen. The intensity, the short, sharp passing. Bodies being close together. It just wasn't there in the first half. Aggie Beever-Jones here drops a little deeper to receive the ball, spins beautifully. But that synchronized movement and passing and intuition of just was not there in the first half. The gaps were far too big. And this is exactly what we expect from a Chelsea team. Is confident, competent, on the front foot, decisive finishing, being ruthless.
Well, Park very alert to the pass back to Hampton, not having
quite pretty tame effort by Miedemar's expectations.
Amano. Lauren James. Gritty and Cannerid, who created the Chelsea equaliser, now trying to help get them in front. And Captain is denied by a flying save from the returning Chiara Keating. Canada, Hamano, Captain, turning brilliantly and finding Litting Canada. Chance for Chelsea to get themselves in front. Johanna.
Ferocity that it flew past with.
Say that they can beat the very best and that they can put together unbeaten runs. He's made a change to try and help them achieve that. Pryor with a slightly heavy touch that Cuthbert was interested in capitalising on. His Fowler into the game for the first time. Hasegawa caught by Cuthbert.
Players to dwell on the board. See Hasegawa here. She's straight at. And Aaron Cuthbert will want to make sure that Hasegawa doesn't have the prominence.
Wait.
Manchester City can't sit on their heels. It was one well up.
Both sides have been seriously impacted by injuries in recent times, but there's no doubting that Chelsea's strength in depth is the greater. Beaver Jones. Chelsea in business here. Ritin Canarid should have scored, but
We're about to have a corner taken against you, and you've got these two coming on.
Canarid is in behind Manchester City once more. Lauren James cheering as far as captain. Vika captain. Ritin Canarid. Keating 3 times. Exceptional saves, and the outside of her post has been clipped.
In contrast, Chelsea having
Work that City still need to try and achieve. Set. Captain for Ritin Canarid, with Hasegawa trying to close things down from a City point of view, and now she finds the ball at her feet. Have City weathered the substantial Chelsea storm? Kasparai for Caroline. For Kasparai again. For Mary Fowler! Niedermeyer, and neither of them could get a shot away.
Mary Fowler, whether she got a call from Miedemar and it distracted her, but makes no contact with the ball, and then it just gets stuck under Miedemar's feet. She can't adjust. Protects the ball so well, Erin Cuthbert.
Exciting for you. It's a misplaced pass. So Caroline got the pace to get on the end of that one, not quite.
Yeah, good starting position for Niamh Charles. Recognise she needs to be up.
Lezel. Fowler. Broad was in there. So too Caroline, and when the ball dropped her way, she fancied her chances of scoring.
Make that header uncomfortable.
Well, these are changes, surely, from a Manchester City point, with a view to Thursday and defending their 2-0 lead against Chelsea in a Champions League quarter-final, because their captain, Leah Alessandri, is one of those who has been withdrawn. On in her place, Laura
Groupson will have learnt those positions have to be adaptable. Across the back line, have to be adaptable in a back 3, a back 4. So it looked like it was going to be a corner.
Mia.
Goal. Certainly controversy at the end of that first half. You never know, there might be fireworks yet before the end.
Michelle runs under her foot to Lauren James, shapes to shoot! Keating again!
And from Keating.
James with the resulting corner. Headed goalward, City players in the way, but not cleared. It's a right old scramble. James in again, Ramirez glancing the ball on. Caroline is there for Manchester City, and
Those quick, agile feet. She really has.
after that long layoff as a result of a serious knee injury. James. Lawrence biding her time before delivering a cross. That has produced a match-deciding moment for Erin Cuthbert.
Erin Cuthbert, spine of this team, Millie Bright. It's Ashley Lawrence down there right. Digs it out beautifully. We talked about the lack of midfield control, both on the ball and off the ball, and Erin Cuthbert has epitomised that since she's come on, just ratting around, winning balls, protecting the ball in possession, and this, but it's seemingly enough. And that is around, waste a little bit more energy.
Ramirez on the move. They find a way, they get the job done. It is the mark of champions that Chelsea have come from behind today in controversial circumstances to win the game and re-establish an 8-point advantage at the top of WSL. Aaron Cuthbert in stoppage time at the end of the 90, completing the transformation after Carolyn had put City in front.